too. That's why I'm married. But we do have a lease, we have a place that we're going to move into. We get the keys in May. We live right behind Costco, if you know where that is. So that's what we decided on. I'm going to be here. We're going to get really going hard in June. That's my goal. It's weird in Virginia. Our school year lasted like June 18th. So I'm like taking the last 2 weeks off and using my sick days. So trying to work around because there's absolutely no way we're going to be at a disadvantage. I'm going to be here and get our workout started as soon as we can go. So tomorrow on the sports you have, I'm going to give you guys a Sunday schedule for June. Got that worked out. You'll know everything. I'm not going to go into that right now, but you'll have that. All right? And I know some of you are feeder people, and if you've talked to me before, you know that we have a feeder sports you have as well. The way I do things, one good thing about not being from here is I'm not influenced by what's been done. I just worry about what we need to do. Okay? And especially in the summer, and you'll see on the schedule, I'll have days where it's just my high school, but then I'll have days where my feeder kids come in and work with the high school kids in the summer. And we all do it together. Because I'm not doing this program by going and recruiting a kid and doing like what they do about Dawson and paying for them to stay in these communities. I'm going to build it from skills, using the best. All right? And the challenge we all have, I think, is as we're doing that work, the habits. This is the first time ever that we're all coming into this place. There's no habit set. We set the habits. All of us. Not just me. It's us. Because I can talk a great game, but if my players don't buy in and work their own self hard, and it's a player-led program, it's not going to stick. What I want is my 11th graders, when we're working out in the summer, and I have a 6th grader in there, is working with them on how hard to work. You may not know exactly what to do yet, but you darn sure going to know how hard to play. Because I promise you, the last final exam, we were horrible my first year. I have no clue how to win 21 games. Zero clue. We weren't very good. They won 11 games, I think it was, in 7 years before that. But they just played so hard. They just wanted it so hard. And then through time, we created that culture of being competitive and working hard. The skill came. Other players came. All these things just kind of dominated that. And I feel the same way here. Just like putting together the junior calendar and really get that knocked out. Everything just kind of came together in how I wanted to. I can't announce people that I have on my staff yet because it hasn't been official. All right, but 2 of them are here. One of them's on the camera, one of them's sitting right there. All right. So I don't know who these people are, but they may be coaches, may not. One of them drove 4.5 hours to be here, and I'm not even able to announce her name. Okay, so that level of commitment is just unreal. All right. I have another that's studying to take a test and teach here. That's a level of commitment that I'm so lucky it just kind of fell into my lap. Because I knew to do this, I can't do it alone. And I have to have really good players. That's the most important players. Then I got to have really good parents, and then I got to have really good coaches. Because this is too big of a task for me to do alone. And I meant everything I said up there about, there was a time when I first got a coach, man, I wanted to win. All I wanted to do was win. I would sell my soul to the devil for basketball. I grew up. I learned. Okay? And now I'm at this point where I realized I was winning games at times like, man, I don't enjoy winning. I enjoy the relationship with kids. I enjoy whenever a kid committed to college and they were like, hey, I appreciate so much you doing that. One of my kids just decided she was going to the Navy this past weekend. So I did like a little video, and her mom, she's in Nebraska right now, and mom wanted me to do a video for a celebration. That's why I coach. That's what's fun about it. It's not the win. The win's a byproduct. And I love to win, don't get me wrong. But as soon as I took my focus off winning, that's when I really started being successful. And any way that I deem success, whether it be having good relationships, good home life, a good career, it all came to fruition whenever I realized it's not about the score or just the result, it's about the work you do every day to achieve that. And if you follow me at all on social media, you've read anything about me, you've heard the 2 words, be better. And I will shove that down your throat. I will. Because I believe it wholeheartedly. I live it, and is living proof of me being right here. A good friend of mine is Gene Durden at Buford High School, a great program here in Georgia. Gene calls me up and says, like, I think you would like that Eastern Side job. This is everything you've talked to me about one, and I researched it, and I looked into it, and I met people, and I met Mr. Cheney, I met Nathan Turner downtown in the central office, and Eric Herrick, used to be the coach of the I met all these people, and I realized this was home. I realized this is where I wanted to be. So I left my comfort level. I left the winning, left all the success, because it's very easy when you're successful to stay there. I wanted to be here. I wanted to start over. I wanted to do it from scratch. And that, to me, that's my philosophy, be better. It wasn't good enough just for me to keep winning there. This is the next level. And on this sheet of paper, you can throw it away, it's up to you. You don't have to keep it or anything. But just take a look at it. I give you a little brief description of kind of what that be better means to me. And it's very simple. Wherever we're at, we don't settle for it. When you're successful, you get complacent. We don't. When we're not successful, we obviously got a lot to fix. So that's our focus. There's never a point where we're happy. And that's my biggest strength and weakness. I never am happy. I never get that moment of enjoying it. I'm always trying to get the next thing. It's not enough to have a championship, you want another championship. It's not enough to have 2 players in college, you want 4 players in college. But I love that attitude in sports. I love that attitude from guys because I think what lacks in other teams, the ones that we eventually beat, is they don't work hard enough because their drive isn't to compete. Their drive is just to look good. There's no substance behind it. We focus on the substance. We focus on we're just improving our skills on the court, off the court, etc. I have a few things listed on here that is kind of the promise that I give as a coach. And then I tell you kind of what I expect from players. As a coach, there's 3 things that my coaching staff does. I'm going to do it, they will do it, or they get fired. Simple as that. The number 1 focus is we're trying to build strong women. That's physically, that's mentally, that's emotionally. There's a lot that goes into that. Okay? We're not a program where you just show up, spend an hour and a half in the gym, go home. It's not that. Okay? You're going to get into it, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. So I'm hoping that we have a lot of people that want to put in the work. And not everybody's going to be on the same wavelength, but we all pull in the same direction, and we'll get to where we're trying to go. All right, but we're trying to build strong. The second one I have is we develop leaders. We don't want people that are just going to play a sport and don't do the right things in the classroom. But more importantly, I want you to be someone who can go out and go to college, get a job, or own your own business and be a leader. I want you to be someone that people look to for guidance. There's a lot of ways to be a leader. Some of you are going to be both. Some of you, the thought of talking scares the crap out of you. So you can't be a vocal leader. Some of you already see your faces, that's you. Already know exactly who it is when it's on your faces. Some people lead by example. Some people lead just by being a great teammate and being that person whenever I'm yelling at them or yelling at one of the teammates, they go, hey, it's okay. That's a leader. That's a leader because you're giving them something, or giving your teammates something they need. So we try to develop leadership. But every coach in America says that. What we try to do is be intentional about it. We intentionally take time in our preseason, during our season, in practice, to talk about leadership. We intentionally will take 15 minutes, stop playing basketball, and do something that builds leadership. I've had players that come up to me and say, hey, I really want to be a leader. I want to be a captain. The problem with some coaches is they just say, okay, be a leader. They don't tell you how to be a leader. I want to try to help you. And I'm not an expert, and I'm learning too how to do it. Right? I learn every day. I learn most from my failures, like I said. All right, so we try to build leaders along with building strong women. It kind of goes hand in hand. And the last one is the most important. You all have goals. Some of them may be to play in college, and that's your goal will help you. Some of you don't want to play college basketball. You just want to be really good in high school and have a good experience. You're welcome here. We can work with that. Not everybody has to play college. Maybe you're really great in another sport, and you're playing this sport because you're playing your other sport as your main sport. There's a place for you here. There's a way we can all work together and get what we want. But we have to be very clear on what goals are. Because you can't tell me you want to play in college and I can't get you in the gym. You can't tell me that you want to play, but then you don't have good body language. All right? Or you don't play hard. It doesn't a good and a bad. We're going to talk about what your individual goals are, and I'm going to hold you to that. And that's where it gets tough, because I get really hard on it. Because whenever I was young, I may want things, but as soon as adversity hits, well, I'm going to do what? I'm going to go away. It's too hard. My job is not going to win. My job is to help you through that adversity. My job is not to make you perfect, because every one of us adults here know how many mistakes we made when we are your age. If your parents said they were perfect, they are lying to you. It's not true. So I don't expect you to be perfect. What I expect you to do is if you're trying to learn from me, what I expect you to do is hold yourself down, because I'm going to help you with that. And I firmly believe that. That's what I try to do. That's what my coaches try to do every day. Because as soon as I let you slide on your goals, I'm doing you a disservice. And I can't live with myself. Okay? So we're going to have those conversations individually as we get to know each other. And I want to know what your goals are. But then I'm going to hold you to those goals. And then as you get older, some of you are really young, those goals may change. You won't touch with me. All right? That's what we try to provide as coaches, at those two things. Everything else falls under that. The only things I expect from my players is, and it's hard because you got to trust me, and it takes a lot of time. That happens overnight. But you got to buy into that process of, hey, we're just working together. We're not focused on winning the year. We're not focused on being perfect today. You have to be willing to, like a better term, screw up over and over again in order to have a lot of success. And we got to be willing to bring that work. Stay in character. It's a weird term created. It's sometimes you don't have confidence, but you got to fake it. You stay in character. I grew up watching wrestling. That's like the poster board of what staying in character means. It's all fake, but they stay in character. I want you guys to stay in character. I want you to be confident. If you're not confident, we're going to make it till you make it. Okay? And the last thing, I keep hitting on all this other stuff, you have to be willing to put in the work. And again, there's going to be some of you that have really high aspirations in this game. And some of you that, maybe your job isn't, or maybe your goal isn't as high. Well, the person that's trying to get to here can't get discouraged because somebody's here and then start going down to here. You have to know what your goals are. If you're up to here and you see someone here, you don't lower yourself, you help bring them up. But you have to be willing to put in the work. I am willing to put the time with you. I'm not an expert, I don't know everything, I'm not going to act like I do, but I'm going to put in the time. Alright? Whatever you need, you got to let me know. With all that being said, I told you about the June calendar. You kind of somewhat met potential assistant coaches. Feeder program, more information will come out soon, exactly how that works. Tomorrow I'll get you the June calendar on the calendar. On the next day, I'm going to tell you guys what camp is. Alright? So I'll kind of put that word out when our kids' camp will be. Do you guys have any questions you want to ask me in further?